Jacob, what was your first oh shit moment? The guys are hot. I know you're homo flexible. I actually talked about this earlier. How can I put this? So, there were a couple times. There was a couple times that this occurred. Yeah, we'll go into it. Okay. This is a story about how I knew I was gay. How did I know I was gay? Stuff like that. So, all throughout my school life, stuff like that, and I've talked about this previously, but like, I was like abused as hell at school. Like bullied to the extreme, stuff like that. And I'm a tough boy because of it. And that's why none of these haters can actually affect me whatsoever, because I've heard it all. I've heard it all. I've been through it all. I've dealt with it all. It doesn't bug me whatsoever, right? But when I was in the school, like back from like 10th grade to like I'd say like 1st grade, oh man, did I get called like fag and queer and all that kind of stuff. But at that time, I wasn't sexual, and I was just like, no, I'm straight. And they're just like, die, you like gay, da da da, you know, all those like slur words. And I'm just like, yo, dude, I'm like 11, and I think I'm straight. I'm pretty sure I'm straight. I'm like 11. And they're like, you're a fag. And I'm like, okay, I'm straight. Hi, right? So after I left that area, okay, and got to a place that was like a lot more secure, a lot more nice. I met a whole bunch of nice people. The very first time, now obviously, let me back it up. I had looked at not safe for work, non-straight naughties before, okay? But in my head, it wasn't gay. Why was not gay? Because, I could actually imagine from the guy's perspective on like what he was feeling and stuff like that, and therefore having multiple guys in the scenario in the comic, stuff like that, would just allow me to imagine and project myself into those feelings, stuff like that. It wasn't that it was gay, it was just easier for me to project myself into the things. And then my little brother's just like, hey, do you have women on women stuff? I'm like, no, why would you want that? So, red flag there, but you know. I was dumb, I was young, I was like 11. I'm just like, yeah. Wait, you want women on women stuff? Why? Why? Anyway, so I get into like more of like a stable area, and I'm going on a bus, right? And there was this boy on the bus that, I forget his name, but like, we talked about this comic called Shy Goblimon. You won't be able to find it. It's a naughty like Digimon comic from all the way back in like the freaking early 2000s. You won't ever be able to find it. It's a terrible comic. Don't look it up. But like, long story short, we talked about it to each other, and I got this like little just this spark of just like, oh whoa, he's kind of cute, right? Which was quickly stifled by like, oh no, but I'm straight though. Oh whoa, he's cute, but oh no, I'm straight though, right? And like, I talked, me and him sat on the bus together for like every day for like weeks and weeks, stuff like that, right? And just as I was like starting to open up a little bit, and he started to open up a little bit, he changed schools, and I never saw him again. So, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go date some girls then, kind of thing. So I just went and I dated some girls and played around and stuff like that. And then we fast forward to university. And I remember this moment clearly in my head. I'm standing in line waiting to buy textbooks, okay? And I'm just standing in line, and there's this guy standing next to me, and he was a friend of Crofts. He was overweight. He had a bushy ginger beard, stuff like that. Slick back hair, stuff like that. And like, we're just talking with the three of us, and in my mind, just a thought popped in. It's like, you should kiss him. I was like, Nani? The fuck? The fuck is this? And the thought just like held there for a second. I was like, you should kiss him. I'm like, why? What the fuck? Dude, no, I'm straight, bro. Like, no, what the fuck? Why would I kiss him? Stuff like that. And it bugged me for like a week. And then I'm just like, whatever. It's probably just one of those like, you should jump kind of feelings of that. But like he was just standing close enough to my face that in our conversation, because everybody was like tight knit, that I was just like, I should kiss him. And I'm like, the fuck? The little chick on the shoulder is like, be gay, bro. So then here's the thing. After that scenario, I got with a girl, right? And I was in this relationship with this girl for like 5 years, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing that straight thing. I'm being with a girl. I have a career. Everything's being like the super normal heterosexual life. Like, this is what my parents expect, and this is what I should be doing. And like, everything's right with the world, stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, this guy walks into my life. He's a friend of a friend. He was a gay raccoon, and I met him at like a party, and he bit me, and I punched him in the gut, and we became best friends after that. But he is super gay. He is like extreme gay. He's like, hey, by the way, do you want to come join me at a fisting party at whatchamacallit, con? My boyfriend's hosting. Kind of gay. He's the kind of gay that, hey, do you want to go bang real quick and then we'll go back to our video game? Even though I've known you for 20 minutes, kind of gay. He's super flirtatious, super open. He is the epitome of happy gay that I've ever met, right? And it fucked with me. Because all my life, I'm just like, okay, well, if you're openly gay, you're going to have a bad time. And like, grew up in a super Christian thing. So it's just like, you can't be gay, stuff like that. And also like, he was super happy and open about being furry. And I've been like closet and holding in that whole furriness, stuff like that for like years, stuff like that. So it's just like, I got super jealous of him. And I didn't understand why. So I thought it was just the furry thing, right? So I came out to him. I'm just like, hey, by the way, I'm a furry. And he's like, no, you're not. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, don't fuck with me. I know you fuck with people, Spencer. You're not furry. I'm like, crap. So then, after having wonderful sex with my girlfriend, we're just lying there, and I'm just like, hey, by the way, I'm furry. And she laughs in my face like, no, you're not, stuff like that. And eventually, after talking to her for a while, and she accepts that I'm a furry, and I come out to her maybe about 3 to 4 months later. It's like, hey, by the way, I'm also bi, I think. And she's just like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm bi. And like all the stuff I look at and all these feelings I've had before, stuff I think I'm bi. And she's just like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. And she didn't move on from that for a little bit. I left and I went back home, which was about a 5-hour drive away. And then all of a sudden she calls me and she's just like, hey, you're bi, right? And I'm like, yeah, we had this conversation. It's like, and that means that you'd have a relationship with a boy if you, like, you'd have a boyfriend, right? And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's what I mean. That's what I meant, right? She's like, well, would you be with me if I was a boy? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's just like, I feel like I'm trans. And I was shocked. I didn't know how to take that at the time, stuff like that. And I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, my entire life I felt like a boy, and I've told Chris before, stuff like that. I thought I told you before. And I'm just like, no, you haven't told me this at all. What am I gonna do? Stuff like that. My perfect straight relationship is like crumbling. I don't know what to do about this. And I text Chris about this, and he's just like, yeah, I've known for years. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me this? And he's just like, I don't know. I thought you knew. I'm like, no, she didn't tell me. And at home, I just kind of had to, like, I'm like 5 hours away from her. I just kind of had to think about it. And I came to this conclusion that it wasn't that she was trans that was messing with me. I felt like I was losing her. I felt like I was losing the person I'd loved for like the last 5 years, stuff like that, right? So like I had another phone call with her being like, hey, and we talked about like my feelings that, like, you know what? I'm not upset that you're trans, stuff like that. I'm upset because I feel like I might lose you, stuff like that. And I don't want to lose you, stuff like that. So hell yeah, let's do this kind of thing. So like for 5 years, I was with her, and she changed to a he. He changed his haircut. I helped her come out to her parents. So like, whatchamacallit, at that point in time, I had a boyfriend. I was gay. stuff like that. And being with a boyfriend really helped me like develop as like, okay, I'm okay with it being gay in public. I'm okay with being bi, stuff like that. And like I helped her transition to a him, get the haircut so that he looked more mannish, more tomboyish, stuff like that. We bought different clothes for him, stuff like that, and all this kind of stuff. Eventually we broke up because we went different directions, stuff like that. But after I broke up with him, stuff like that, fast for about 2 years, I've had relations with about, I don't know, 17 other guys up to now. So yeah, no, going through that, I fully accepted that I'm bi and hetero flexible, and that's how I gradually transition. It's not something that you jump into. When you live a life that you were like completely straight for like a long time, you take baby steps. You take a little baby steps, step by step, stuff like that, and eventually you become more and more comfortable with yourself. What I love about the fandom is that it changed my mind around the LGBT community, and I was homophobic for no reason. Now I'm not even straight. I discovered asexually thanks to the fandom. Fuck yeah, King. Shit, I had a conversation about being lost with my mom when I came out as a girl 11 years, and now I'm 19. I never looked back. So love that story, chick. Oh, hell yeah, Kovalite. Do you feel like you have preferences leaning wise? Yes, I do. So this is why I say I'm hetero flexible. I definitely lean towards what do you call it, being with women and stuff like that. And it's more just I like people being smaller than me. I like to cuddle them and stuff like that. What you call it, and like I'm very much a top. I am very, very much a top, stuff like that. I like caressing and petting and all that kind of stuff. And women are just more conducive to that, stuff like that. Because like with a guy, every once in a while they get a little flare up of the like they want to be more dominant and stuff like that. And it's fun, stuff like that. I just have a preference more towards women, stuff like that. In fact, to be really real, and this is actually like this is not safe for work, guys. This is not safe for work, okay? If you're still here and you're under the age of like 18, leave now, because this is not safe for work, okay? Something we're about to get into, okay? I did not enjoy the look of penises for a long time. I didn't like them at all, okay? And the reason why is that my main interaction with like a dick in my like post like getting out of like the like 12 13 years old, stuff like that, was with my father when he was dying, and he was so decrepit, so what you call it, he couldn't move, he was just so weak and broken that I had to help him onto like a chair and like help him urinate and help him defecate and clean up the mess and stuff like that. And it really just, it threw like this big blockade, bedridden. It threw this, like it made it seeing like a naked man just not sexual at all. It made it completely neutral and just, I don't want, like, it's work. I had to get into a work mindset in order to be able to get through that kind of thing. So like when I first started like interacting with guys and stuff like that, like seeing their dick would turn me off straight up. And like having to like deal with it was such a like a buzzkill. Like I was just like, oh now I had to deal with it. Okay, well, hey buddy, can you like turn around? Okay, we're good. Kind of thing. Oh, it's terrible, but it's true. But I've gotten over that, and now I have fun with them every once in a while. But like, still, like, if you gave me the option between having like a woman or a guy, stuff like that, it depends on the person. But the woman would have an easier time getting to my heart. Yeah, I'm a furry, Jojo. Imagine going to a new beach, bro. I'm okay. Like, here's the thing. I've been in like hockey teams where like everybody's undressing and stuff like that. People being naked around me doesn't turn me on. It doesn't. Like my ex-fiance used to run around the house butt ass naked all the time because they just enjoyed being naked, and it meant nothing sexual.